Hi, this is Mrs. Wenzel, and we're going to review order of operations. So this is part of Just the Facts. Now, I did take this PowerPoint from another website, and so I'm giving them credit right here. Okay, terms to remember. For order of operations, it is a predefined order, usually referred to as PEMDAS, right here. Okay, which refers to the order in which we do the operations. P stands for parentheses, E for exponents, M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, and S for subtraction. Things you need to remember is that the parentheses are grouping symbols. It can include parentheses, braces, brackets, but also below and above a fraction line, and I'll give you an example of that in a little bit. Okay, so you also need to follow PEMDAS within the parentheses, within the grouping symbols. So if you had something that was that had multiple operations within the parentheses, you would also have to use the PEMDAS order of operations. Exponents refer to the powers of a number. For example, we would have x squared, x cubed, x to the fourth, and so on. But it can also refer to square roots and radicals. Some of the operations are groups, and ordered multiplication, division, even though they have their own letter in PEMDAS, they're actually grouped together and performed at the same time. And always from left to right. Okay, if you can remember that, you'll never make a mistake. Addition and subtraction are also grouped together, performed during the same step in the order of operations, and performed left to right. So it really looks like this. There's parentheses, exponents, then multiplication and division from left to right, then addition and subtraction from left to right. And some people find it easier to remember if they use an acronym. One that's very popular out there is called Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. That helps you remember the order of operations. But if you have a better or a different acronym that you would like, please post it in the class lounge for everyone to see so that we can share new ideas. Here is a sample problem. Now, as you can see, we have division, we have multiplication, we have subtraction, we have exponents, we have grouping symbols, and it looks like just about everything. So we want to follow the order of operations, so the parentheses would come first. That's this part here. So we would take 3 minus 1 and get 2. Now we leave the parentheses in here because this 2 is to an exponent power, to the third here. So in the next step then, that we don't have any more parentheses, but we have exponents. So now we do the exponents. So we would take 2 to the third power, 2 times 2 times 2, which gives us 8. Okay, now we're going to do multiplication and division in the same step. So, and this is pretty tricky because we're going to do left to right. So the first thing we see is 16 divided by 4. So that means we have to do that step first because it comes in the next order. So 16 divided by 4 is 4. And then we just write everything else down. Okay, that makes it a lot easier if you do just one step at a time. Okay, now we still are on multiplication and division. So we have 4 times 8, which is 32. So again, we just write everything else down. Okay, and that way we've gotten rid of those parentheses finally. Okay, now we have 32 minus 22 divided by 11. Well, division, multiplication, division come before addition and subtraction, so we have to do this division part first. 22 divided by 11 is 2. So we get now 32 minus 2. And we can finally do that subtraction from left to right. Since it's the only operation, we just do that. And our final answer is 30. Okay, so this is a pretty extensive problem, and writing down every step seems to help. Okay, here is another sample problem. This one uses the fraction bar. So remember, part of the fraction bar means that we have to do everything on the top part and everything on the bottom part before we can continue on. It's the same as if they were grouped. Okay, so and then we follow order of operations within that group. So we're going to have to do just the top part of this fraction first. So first of all, we're going to do the parentheses. So we get 2 plus 3 is 5. So that's what's over here. So we have 3 times 5 squared minus 65. The next part is the exponents then. So the exponent, 5 times 5 gives us 25. So we have now 3 times 25 minus 65. Then we want to do the multiplication, which is 75 minus 65 then. 3 times 25 is 75. Okay, and now we can do the subtraction up there and finally get a number for the numerator of our fraction problem, which is 10. Now we can finally take care of this fraction problem. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. Now if there had been another expression down on the bottom, we would have had to also simplify that first before we got to this last step where we do the final division. Okay, we're going to do a foldable activity to help you understand this concept a little bit better, and I hope it does. So I want you to look at the next assignment for more details, but part of this assignment is the worksheet that's over PEMDAS, so don't forget to do the worksheet also. Okay, see you in a little bit. Bye.